is an absolutely gloriously beautiful day in the UK. No rain clouds to say in sight, just a little bit of cloud here, some nice blue skies. But welcome back to the channel, guys. It has been around 4 weeks to the day I've actually driven my Series 1 RS Turbo. Now, why is that? Well, I spent some time with my family in America, as you guys may or may not have seen on Instagram. I feel like it's a beautiful day. We need to get this car out, go and meet some fellow classic box enthusiasts. These are what these cars are all about, getting them out, going for a drive. I feel like it's only right that today is the day we take this out. Now, it's been sat on trickle charge for the last 4 weeks, so I can only assume it's going to start. The best news I've already seen while actually opening up the garage is that the Clifford alarm is still flashing, which is fantastic news. That's usually a pretty good indication that there is at least some charge in the battery, which is exactly what we want. Again, car on trickle charge, because although I try and use this as much as I possibly can, there's always something coming up and reasons I can't drive this as a daily car, because this is what classic cars are all about, having them set up ready for you to enjoy when the sun's nice and it's out in the UK, which is a little bit hit and miss these days. But let's break her out, make sure she starts as well, and go and enjoy the day. You know, a few people have recently been asking me what the plans are with this car, what am I going to do with it next. The sad reality is, I'm pretty happy with how it is. The wheels and everything are correct on the car, in my opinion. It sits nicely, although I do have some Bilstein shocks in the back of the car ready to swap out, because I feel like the conies that are on this car getting a little bit tired. They've probably been on there for around 15-20 years at this point. I feel that's probably the right thing to do next, is maybe start with, you know, just bushings, suspension, various bits like that. Just bring it up to a recommissioned standard. Other than that though, I'm happy with the power. 167 brake horsepower. The interior could do with a few bits. If anybody out there knows anybody that could do this steering wheel reupholster, that would be fantastic. Although I love the steering wheel, it's not going to change. I'd really like to just bring it up to a little bit of a nicer standard, because that's something you hold on to all the time in this car, and I notice it so much. A lot of people in the videos have also noticed that that steering wheel isn't as nice as it should be. So if you are a steering wheel company out there or know anybody, let me know. Right, let's get this thing started. Hopefully it starts, because again, it's been on trickle charge, but it's an old Ford. It might just not start for no reason. Right guys, I'll put you on the door. Fingers crossed, eh? Oh, fuel pump's on, that's a good start. Flip it off. Straight away, lovely. Listen to her. Sounds so good, this car. Absolutely love the idle on this car. It's just peak CVH in my opinion. Pulling it out, I've actually just realised that I left it in a pretty dirty state. I'd driven it a lot prior to actually parking it for the last 4 weeks, and the brake dust on the front, that's no good. That's no good. It's showing that, you know, we're driving it and we're enjoying it, but I think we need to clean it. And just like that, we're down at the garage. As you'll see, I've changed my clothes because just felt protein shake all the way down me, so that's fine. But the RS has made it, it's started up, it is happy. The trickle charge has worked, which is lovely news. We have the ST down here at the moment that we recently shot for the channel. Really cool car, probably one of the ultimate STs I've ever driven. I've probably driven every iteration of the Mark 7 platform at this point. This one though is well up there. We have a Mark 5 Golf GTI, one of my most favourite cars ever. One day we will get one for the channel, we'll do some bits to it, but at the moment we've got enough project cars. This one though, very, very nice, owned by George at this present time. Yep, nice bit of kit. Alright, oh look at this, race car stuff, well, race van stuff. Oi, we all need to go on the garage's Instagram and peer pressure George to get the caddy van going. Like, as in going, I mean like, finish it, yeah. Did ya? Yeah. Oh, he's made an exhaust for it. Well, strap her down, let's go. We have Dan in here, right mate? Hi. just doing some work on a BMW. We've actually come down though because there is a car interesting to you guys out there, I feel, because it is an ST, but it's got an RS engine in it, hasn't it, Dan?
It has indeed.
It has indeed. I feel like this car has been through the wars though, because the last time I saw it, it had what looked like decay on the roof and no engine in it. So we're actually going to run it up today on the dyno. And what are you going to do? Another map on it, did you say?
Yeah, we did some more tuning.
Yeah, we did some more tuning. So RS engine with Sabre 500, 550 turbo. So a lot going on in this car and a lot of potential power gains over obviously the ST engine. The reason it has an RS engine is because I'm assuming it blew up. Yeah.
would you like to show people?
She let go. That's like every ST owner. Probably put too much power for it and it decided to leave the chat.
Let's show why
this
went pop. So if the camera can get in there and see that.
Oh wow, right in there. You guys just see that there?
It snapped the rod and put it through the block.
Wow, so that block is forever dead. So that's why it's got chucked its leg out like that. Yeah, that's a good reason to put an RS engine in something. So yeah, you guys down here have put the RS engine in.
Got RS engine.
Yeah.
Newman stage 2 cams, 750cc injectors, Sabre tuning software, RS gearbox with the LSD in it. Yeah, S60.
Yeah, nice.
And then just as much as we can get close to 500 horsepower as possible.
Lads, 500 horsepower. That's a lot in something that still looks like an ST, if I'm quite honest. It still looks relatively standard in a sense, although it does have flashy red wheels on it, some mud flaps. It looks like it's relatively stock looking. Yeah, I mean, I quite like it actually. I like the white ones. So anyway, we're gonna get George down here. He's gonna throw it on the dyno, and has it got any aggressive pops and bangs for the people out there? What are you saying? No. George doesn't really believe in pop and bang maps. I feel like he's not really about that life, are you? He doesn't believe in it, and I'll probably be the same, mate. I've had it on the M4. It was aggressive, and I sort of liked it for a bit, and then you're like, yeah, you do actually. Yeah, you need to get some pop and bang maps in your life. You're not going to do that, no?
I also don't put anything on social media, and I should.
Yeah, well, that's that too. Actually, you do need to do that. Although I'm tagging you in everything, there's no content from you, so up your game, mate. Come on.
Guess how much I put on Instagram when I built that exhaust?
One post.
No, don't be saying anything on that.
Yeah, I made this fancy exhaust and there's no content of it whatsoever, so that's a typical George thing. Does an unbelievable job, but no sign of actually doing it, if that makes any sense. ST goes on. We'll get some dyno runs, shall we? As you can see, the ST just making its way onto the dyno, and we're going to run this thing up, see what power it's running. Yeah, listen to that 5-pot go as well, because I mean, everybody loves a good 5-pot. Right, George, here we are. Here's the...
Why did you just throw that on me?
Well, I just thought I might. Bit dirty, that's fine. She's a working car. Look at them eyebrows, wow. Sorry about that, everyone. Everyone's quite happy in the pants at the moment. So, mount tune. Intake, very nice. Got the old ECU relocation there, very good. Yep. Lots of white bits. RS engine though.
Here's an RS engine.
That is impressive work in an ST. From here, that's about as much as we can see because the turbo's like hidden and stuff, but there's a lot going on in here. This car has had quite a life beforehand, and again, when I saw this car first, it was like fully left. It was left like a barn find ST. Never seen an ST quite like this. Shame I didn't get any content on it. But it was yeah. Tired is not the word. It was neglected is the word. But look at it now. It's here. It's got gauges in it as well. Look at that. Pretty bloody cool. Now she's strapped down though. Let's run her up. Apparently this car's very loud, so safety first, kids. You know, and all that. Just what we're doing perimeters.
Just setting up data log. Warming it up, set the data logs up.
Setting stuff up. Making sure she's happy onto dyno. It's gonna get pop and bang in it. So I didn't actually catch the power figure then, the actual readout. It was in the 4s, I know that much. What are you saying? Is it happy? Is it not happy?
So we had to pull some boost back from where it was,
Yep.
drive it on the road, and get the drivability before we start pushing for power.
Yeah.
So it did make a little bit more power before, but now we've got more drivability. We're just going to work on the power now. So just wanted to make sure the torque curve, power curve is all good, logs are good, boost is doing what we want it to do. Then we can start pushing some power, and the logs are looking alright. So
nice. It's all about, yeah, having power in that. A lot of these cars run a lot of power, but it's drivability more than anything. It's great having a car that on the dyno produces 1,000,000 horsepower, but if it drives like crap on the road, it's probably not worth having that sort of power in the car.
Absolutely.
Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
Drivability first. You've got to get the drivability right before you can push for power.
I completely agree. So go on, what did it make? Let's go to the
We're
figures.
sat at 506 newton meters of torque and 410 horsepower at the moment.
Yep.
We have had more out of it, but drivability wasn't right, so we had to go back to the road, drive it, make sure it was right. So we've done a tweak. Drivability is perfect now. Torque curve is looking good. So now we can start pushing for some power.
What did it run beforehand with a bit more power?
434.
434. So you're expecting more than that though, when the drivability's there. Because the idea of this mapping session is more to get the drivability right and then start pushing power.
Yeah, so the drivability part we did on the road. So now we're just going to push some power.
Nice. Exciting.
6.5 hours later.
So as you can see, it is the next day. My clothes have sort of changed, got the same hat on. We're back down at the garage because we have another revision of the map for this ST. So we're going to get in there now, throw it on the dyno, see what sort of power increases we can see. This is ever going, it's ever changing, it's ever evolving, this map though. So over the next couple of days, try and get as much content of this thing on here. Let's go and see what it's running now though. Hopefully it's more than the last time, or at least the drivability's there. We'll see. Why? Don't touch me. Ooh. So here she is. That was quite a good one. We like that one. That was, yeah, that was alright. That actually. What? Ooh. That was more like a long fart. That one. Download the next map and throw her on and see what she does. Upload the map. Do a download and upload on the map. Right. So the fan has gone on. Sorry again in advance. It's always loud when the fan's on. You need a fan for the car, obviously. And of course, I'm an old man, so I'll put the old ear defenders on. Look after yourself out there. Right, car goes off, these come off. What, it's loud out here. Woo, very loud. Loud cars, loud things, everything's loud. Right, that sounded good, didn't it? George, talk to us. What are we saying? What's this version?
What the heat's doing to my acoustic?
Oh. Oh dear.
That's what summer's done.
Oh.
Summer.
It's ruining the walls and stuff. Is this from eBay?
No.
No, it's like legit stuff. Oh, well, if anybody knows any acoustic...
It's the spray glue.
Oh, is it?
They always fall off.
Ah, well, that's no good. Especially with the powerful cars that are in this vicinity. Yeah, this stuff's alright. It's bloody up there. So what revision is this? 3, so this is 4. 4. So started off at what sort of power?
3 something, but it had a blown up engine and all sorts.
Oh, yeah, so...
We never ran... It's got a different turbo on it, so we never ran that original tune.
Right, okay, that's cool. And then revision 4 we're at the moment, so it's about 410 yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Revision 4 we're at today. What's it made?
441.
441?
Yeah.
Wow, so you haven't brought torque figures up?
No, so all that's happened is the top end has
Yeah.
been increased. So it's got a clutch that is not going to take much more torque.
Right, so cap it at that.
Yeah, so
Right.
but we can sort of flatten it off a little bit to increase the power.
So that's a good gain over yesterday in a revision.
Yeah, if you can hold the torque, it's going to be a fast car.
Yeah, but it's fine having loads of torque in a car, but you've actually got to put it on the ground, and front wheel drive, it's only so far that you can really
exactly,
go.
yeah.
So where are we at revision wise? Are we sort of halfway? Are we 75% of the way? Is there another couple to come?
Probably a couple to come. We're just going to see how much is left in the turbo. We're at
Yeah.
about 80% duty cycle on the turbo at the
Okay,
moment,
so there is a bit of wiggle room in there.
There's some space in there.
What would you be happy with on this one?
When the customer's happy, really.
Oh right, 1,000,000 horsepower then. Yeah. I want 1,000,000 horsepower out of my ST. Can you do that? No, the clutch will slip. Basically. So, fantastic numbers there from the ST. I will be ending today's video here though, because we will be back tomorrow with another revision from the guys, because they have to send the logs away, get another revision, bring it back. But I will, of course, document as much as I can on the gradual come up of the power on this ST. But thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.